What is the difference between a domain and a website? So domains and websites go together, but it's very confusing for a lot of my customers because they don't understand what the difference is between a domain and a website, and that they're not necessarily the same products. So you can buy a domain from GoDaddy and you can have it hosted on a website somewhere else on a cPanel, and that is where your website's actually hosted. If you need to make changes to the domain, like you need to add some records to the domain, you need to go to where the registrar or where you registered that domain at. So it really is helpful to go, if you want to figure this out and you're lost, is to take your domain name, whatever it is, .com or .net, whatever it is, and copy that and go into your email in the search bar and paste that in there and see if you can find the last time that you renewed your domain, because you need to find out who registered that domain and log into that account if you want to make changes to your domain name. This will have nothing to do with your website whatsoever. You don't need your WordPress login. You don't need any, other logins to the back end of a website. That's not going to have anything to do with the domain. You won't be able to update the settings from there. Another way to look up who has your domain or where it registered is to use the Whois record. So that's WHOIS, Whois records. You can Google search for Whois records and you'll find the very first one that pulls up is related to ICANN. They are the standard for domain registration. Put in your domain name in the search bar on that specific Whois website and search, and it will give you the date that the domain was registered, the very first date, when it was renewed, that date, and it might mention where it's actually registered at. Sometimes it'll say GoDaddy or domain.com or 2cows or something. One of these different registrars are out there. Sometimes it has domain privacy on it and you won't be able to get that information, but you'll at least will get the date of when it was registered. Then you can go back to your email and look through your email for that specific date and find out who did I pay to register my domain. So this is the process that you're going to do when you try to figure out how to make changes to your domain. Maybe you need to add a new record, like an SPF record. Maybe someone's telling you that you need to have more security on your website and your domain. You're going to need to update and add an SPF record or a DMARC record. Those are going to be done at the register on the DNS. So this is something that I go around and around with different people. I've decided to make a video trying to clarify and explain the confusion that lies between what is a domain and what is a website, and that they are two separate entities. Sometimes they can live together in the same account. Sometimes you register a domain at GoDaddy and then you host it at GoDaddy, and then everything is there in that one account. Other times, and most often, you register the domain somewhere and you host it somewhere else, and those two are two separate products. You can't do anything over here at the hosting that's going to influence the domain. And then when you need to change the hosting, you do have to get to the domain in order to point it to the new host. So that's where the confusion comes in. But this video is probably not going to answer everybody's questions. So if you have further questions about this, or you need a little help going about finding your domain or getting your website orientated or any of those tasks, I would love to help you out. My name is Joe Fiel with SkyPoint Studios. You can drop a comment down below and I will help you out right away. Thank you so much for watching my videos as always, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.